My name is Todd Anderson. I'm the General Manager at Broadmeadows Basketball Association and I've been involved for about 6.5 years now. In the past we would have a team registration fee which each club was invoiced for at the start of the season based on the number of teams they had. They would collect that themselves and then pass it on to our association once we'd invoiced partway into the season. We've now moved over to an individual player fee which we've then implemented into the PlayHQ registration form. So when each player goes to register for the team in their club, they make their Basketball Victoria licence payment, they then make their individual Broadmeadows Basketball Association payment, and then our clubs have also added their individual club registration payment to encompass one total. That's then made as one payment, and all those parts are then sent off to Basketball Victoria, to our association, or to their individual club, meaning that it's just one transaction that covers all their payments for the season. That not only it's one single transaction and payment that that person needs to make, not worrying about making all three to their club and to the Basketball Association. It also means it's done as part of their registration. A lot less cash handling for clubs and for the association as well. The other part of that is that it can be done, I guess, anywhere at any time. So rather than having to come down to a registration day to make a cash payment, they can be done after hours, weekends, whenever suits. Now moving into PlayHQ and using Stripe, it's meant that it's all one part of, all multiple parts of a single process. So we're able to collect payment at the same time we do our registration, form our teams, and then through Stripe make one transaction that we can then reconcile with our systems as well. We also found that it's not always possible for individuals to make a large registration payment up front, especially families that might have multiple players in their family that are playing. So we're often manually tracking payment plans or other ways of making that process easier for them. It became difficult for us to track and monitor, and there's often times where those payments are missed or lost or fall between the cracks as we go through. So now having the online registration system and the ability to add things like voucher codes, it's much easier for us to track those payments, ensure that everyone has either made a payment or arranged a voucher code before registering and being able to take the court in that competition. So for us and our reconciling, it makes it much easier to ensure that all players are registered and have either made a payment or arranged a payment plan through us that we can then invoice and track throughout the season as we go. So in the past, it probably meant that there was funds that we'd missed or lost otherwise, and now I'm very confident that there's none of those issues as we go through the season.